Well, hello, everybody. This is Dr. Tim from Atlas Pacific Upper Cervical Care here in Durango, Colorado. And today we are here with my friend Dan Dee. And I want to introduce Dan. Dan's somebody that I met last year, and I was put in touch with Dan because I wanted to help the people of the Navajo Reservation. Earlier in the year, we did an event, and the intention of that event was to raise resources for Dan. And Dan collects a lot of different things throughout different times of the year, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit and just have you share with everybody why you do what you do, or even how did you get started doing what you do?
I've been doing this this is going my 12th year. Just started off with this small coat drive and just got big for us and adding on stuff, and it's a huge success for us. So it seems like it's hard for me just to stop now because there's a lot of kids that need toys, especially right now. People in financial need. And where we're going to go is a remote area. People don't have running water and electricity. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going to try to hit this year, bringing in the coal and the grocery and whatever we can collect, jackets and clothing. Mm-hmm. They're really in the need of those.
I didn't necessarily have the perspective of maybe how remotely some people were living. So whenever you told me that you basically gather resources and you and your family, you then drive them out into the reservation to different communities that are living remotely with the firewood or even the coal. I mean, that was something that I hadn't really thought about. And I know that you said that you like to gather clothing, new clothes, but really just the jackets and things like that. I mean, you were just kind of telling me that you had some clothes recently and then they were just gone quick. People took them all quickly.
Yeah. I drive it. Sometimes it lined up like 2 miles away. I tell you, 2 miles.
The line was 2 miles long?
That long. And we had different sections getting people, served in hot food too.
Yeah.
Man, it's really good. And you see kids and pile up in vehicles and vans and grandmas. Mostly we do grandmas, they're giving out grocery. A bag of bluebird flour, 10-pound potatoes, and non-perishable stuff, canned food. We sack them. We give out apple and oranges and peanuts and candy to them too, I think they're kind of in the need of drinking water, People haul water down 30 miles, just like I said, at 30 miles just to get to there, it take us 2 hours. And people living out there do that almost every other day, especially if they have small containers. And which takes about 4 hours just to get to where they need to get water from.
Wow. Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I don't know if you told me that they had to make that drive just to get regular drinking water. I mean, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. It sure does, Kids, they go to boarding school. They still have boarding school just for them to drop their kids off at depot, which is going to take about at least an hour and 30 minutes just to get there. Mm-hmm. Just imagine double that, almost 4 hours just to get home, riding the bus or riding
every day. That's
every
impossible.
Day. That's, what can you do? They need help,
And, something you told me earlier in the year was that sometimes when people need the resources, that they have like a 3 or 4 hour ride because they need to go to Flagstaff or Farmington. And sometimes that's the closest town that they have to go to. So being able to take things to them helps them out a lot.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. People are really appreciative in a third world country. It seems like it, And here we are, we're land out the free, and we're forgetting about people that are living out there.
So this year, you and I were kind of talking about like what's something that would be helpful right now in this moment. So of course, clothing donations, like I said, new or like new clothing. Non-perishables, firewood. If we can get those donations of firewood, you can make it happen.
We can taking at least about 5 trailers, 16-foot long on there. I already have about 6 core of woods that I was chopping yesterday before. Yeah. And next week our coal area is coming up, so 2 of my brothers, they're gonna get at least about 4 ton each in their belly dump trailer, and we're gonna head out. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then plus the cargo trailer that we have, we can take it like that. And so I'm thinking about taking about 4 vehicles down there. So you don't have to gift wrap them or anything, which saves money. But then we'd rather that way we go by the age and what we're going to give it in case anybody that willing to donate a toy, you don't have to gift wrap them. and just take it like that and put it in a real nice box to where we can easily handle the stack in our trailer. It'd be best to do that.
Gotcha. So we're talking about now toys for the kids, right?
Yeah, toys are canned food, like vegetables, stuff like that. Where we're going, there's a church they're going to open for us, and they're going to help us sack and put it in a grocery bag.
Yeah, so something else that would be a good resource was always, cash donations are always helpful, but you and I had talked about, well, what would be a good way to help the kids this year? And that would be kind of getting some of those cash donations or just donations, because you'd like to hit some of those Black Friday sales after Thanksgiving so that the dollars go farther so you can get more toys for the kids.
Yeah, if you do that, the best way for me to do it, you can do it that monetary or check donation. If you want receipts, we can provide you a receipt.
Okay, so even if we're doing collections from everybody, and if somebody wants a receipt for their tax purposes, you can give them the receipt and then make that happen.
Especially like business like that, I'm sure we can do that. So yeah.
And something you were saying earlier too is like where you're going to be going. One of the locations you're going to, where you have to drive down that road that's 30 some miles, that takes over 2 hours to get down there. Well, even once you get there into the community, then there's no running water, no electricity. Is that right?
Yeah, it sure does. Nothing, because each side where they live is on top of the canyon. The canyon on each side, and the canyon is about almost a half a mile deep, the height of it. So on each side is by Colorado River. So that's the only way we could do it.
So you said you've been doing this so much now that you can't stop. You have to keep going.
I have a heart for the kids, everywhere. Even it don't matter, even here in Durango. I see when I see family out there when they're standing on the road with kids, man, that kind of tears my heart. I have a heart for them. Sometimes my wife and I would just, give them $20. We see somebody at Walmart and a little kid crying for a toy. We'll buy that toy for them. That's what we usually do.
Nice. Well, that's certainly a big heart. I imagine there's a lot of people that it wouldn't even cross their mind.
Yeah, even with my wife, she has a heart for grandma, because she's grandmas and grandparents, because she works at a nursing home, and she was raised. Not only that, she was raised by her grandparents, and she has a heart for that. That's why the grocery bag coming out. Where the grocery bag comes with like coffee, creamer, sweet and low, potatoes, and a Spam. Bluebird flour. That's what we do for grandmas.
So it sounds like you're kind of helping everybody. You cook food for people too whenever you have people waiting.
Yeah, we do that over there, because we'll give them hot drink, hot cocoa, apple ciders and stuff like that, and coffee. We do that for them, and then right now there's a church over there. They're going to help us with maybe beef stew with fried bread.
Yeah.
And then here, sometimes we do, maybe, I think we might do hot dogs for kids and hamburger for kids too. So everybody's just like at home, just to be there among each other, shake hands, and know that, there's people that care out there, especially with people that are going to support with their mission that we're going to do.
And something else that's really interesting that I picked up on whenever I met you earlier in the spring was, I know that you rely on like donations and people give you things, and that really helps. But what did you tell me? Where does a lot of the resources come from that you give to the people in your community?
Honestly, it was most of half of it, maybe 60%, 70% out of I'll say my wife's purse. Since I'm not working right now, but that was before I was working. That's when we started. Now I'm not working, but like one of the things that I did this year in order to meet my finance was I did a small business, yard cleaning, and that yard cleaning, all my pre-seat, I save it to put it in that account. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that a lot of the resources, a lot of the money just straight up comes out of yours and your family's pockets. So what's interesting is there's so many nonprofits and charities and different things like that that are set up with like the tax structures for the benefits or whatever reason why they do that. But that's not what you do.
No,
you all just do it just because.
Yeah, just because we had the heart for the people,
Yeah. That's awesome.
We'll put a poster, the one that I showed you, you just put it on there. That way people can see what we do. So that'd be good. Yeah, we will do that. So is there anything else you want to tell everybody, Dan? Well, like I said, if you monetary donate, for tax purpose, we'll send you a receipt. Make sure you give us your address. I know Tim probably won't put my phone number on there, how to contact me. And not only that, hopefully throughout the years to come that we continue to help me with what you do for kids that are living along the Navajo Reservation, like not only for that, but people come around so in communities.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. So for all of you watching this video, if you ever have any of the resources, you have the resources that Dan and I just spoke about, you can feel free just to drop those off here at Atlas or just give us a call and just, ask, is there anything in particular that they're looking for at that moment? And we'll make sure that Dan and his family get it. We have an event coming up on Friday, November 22nd.
22nd, yeah.
And for those of you that were here for the spring event, it's going to be something similar like that. So we'll have music again. We're actually going to have a food truck here this time. So we're going to have Cuevas Tacos. They have a food truck up on 2nd Avenue and a taqueria in Ignacio. They're going to be here. We've got a lot more surprises that we're going to unveil as we get closer to the event. But stay tuned for the event, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.